Hi, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Emilio, and today I will be showing you how to make my homemade 3-cheese mac and cheese. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. Usually I cook around this season. The leaves are starting to change and fall and all that other fall-y stuff. And I usually make this for the holidays, such as Thanksgiving and Christmas. So let's get started with some prep work.
Fill a large pot to the brim with water and season heavily with salt. Place on a stove over high heat. In this example, I use 2 pots instead of 1 large pot.
Grate 3 cups of cheese.
Add in your pasta and cook according to box instructions.
Once your pasta is cooked and drained, and your cheese is shredded, let's start with the bechamel. For your bechamel, you're gonna need whole milk, butter, and all-purpose flour.
In a separate clean pot, add in 4 tablespoons of butter. I use the fancy kind this time around, but any brand works.
Allow the butter to melt over medium to high heat. We'll return once the butter is melted. Once your butter is fully melted, add in 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Once the flour is in, make sure to stir slowly and incorporate the butter into the flour to create a roux. After mixing into a paste, cook the roux over low to medium heat. A flame such as this will suffice. We just want to cook off a little bit of that floury taste and sort of evaporate some of the water from the butter, ever so slightly, making sure not to burn the butter or the flour, but still making sure that it gets cooked. Once you see it sort of bubbling and it looks a little thicker, dare I say, chunkier, you're gonna want to turn up the heat and let it sit for a while. I recommend removing it from the heat as the flame will conduct heat from the bottom. It's not fully cold yet, so removing it from the heat is your best option. Now then, once your roux is cold, as you can see here, you will start by adding in 1/2 cup of milk to begin with, of the 2 cups that we are going to need. The reason 2.5 is sort of a weird measurement, but the reason for that is we have 1/4 cup of flour and 1/4 cup of butter in the roux already, which we want to even out to the amount of 3 cups of cheese. So slowly add in and incorporate the milk. You can choose to do this over low, extremely low, almost off the heat, but I'm choosing to do it just without the stovetop being on. I want it to look sort of like mashed potatoes. As you see here, it does indeed look like mashed potatoes. And I will get back to you once I have fully incorporated my 1/2 cup of milk. Once your 1/2 cup of milk is fully incorporated, you'll notice that we get into a creamier, more viscous sort of consistency. And this is exactly what we are trying to look for. So from here, we are going to want to add in our 1 cup of milk. I start with 1, but really you can use all 2 at once and make sure to incorporate it slowly, ensuring that you keep that sort of thicker consistency. Now then, we will return to you once all the milk is incorporated. Remember to keep that sort of thick consistency, but remember that it is okay if after adding both cups of milk, your sauce looks a little liquidy, more on the milkier side, it will all be resolved once we add in the cheese. Although I have not fully incorporated my 2 cups of milk, it's gonna be the same whenever you add the seasoning, but I'm going to choose to add my seasoning now. So these are all teaspoon measurements. 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of ground mustard. And the mustard, I don't know if it actually seasons, but I believe it is used for color. So once your milk is fully incorporated, you're going to take your 3 cups of shredded cheese and just add them in all at once. You can add it in all at once, you can do it slowly. I usually recommend doing it all at once just to sort of get it all out of the way, get it in. And you're just going to want to incorporate that in until the cheese is melted and you have one congruent sauce. You can see that the sauce looks very messy, very like different consistencies. You're going to want to make sure that you're stirring in the cheese till the point where it kind of looks all congruent and you don't really see any lumps. Now then, once your cheese is fully incorporated and you have almost minimal to no lumps, unfortunately I did have some of the flour and butter overcook on me, but once your sauce looks kind of congruent, no sort of stray pieces of cheese, you're going to remove the pot, bring it over to your pasta, and I will add it at a different. So you're gonna just want to take your sauce and add it over the pasta. I chose shells because I said so, and just kind of mix it in the dish your pasta is in. Usually I would use a glass cookware dish, but seeing as I am not in my own home in Texas, I don't actually have a glass cooking dish. So this aluminum and tin one will have to do. So stir around the pasta, incorporate the sauce, and you'll want to start preheating your oven to about 350. While your oven is preheating, these blocks of cheese from which I grated the stuff for the sauce should still have about a cup left on them. I recommend using about half a cup, but while your oven is preheating, grate some so you can put it over the top, make it nice and bubbly. Definitely my favorite part of this mac. Now then, my oven is preheated and I have started with the cheese that I grated. Just sprinkle it over the top as you see fit. Just like easy. I did still have a bunch of cheese left over, so I'm gonna kind of throw the bricks everywhere, allow them to melt in, and cover any like spaces where you think the cheese is leaving too many gaps. And now you are ready to put it in the oven for about 5 minutes. Now then, after the 5 minutes, this is what the mac and cheese is gonna look like. You're gonna wanna broil on high, and this is just gonna allow the cheese to sort of melt and get golden brown. And this is the finished product. Okay, hi, Editor Emilio here. At this point the video is over. For the class part, I went over by a minute, I'm so sorry, but my instructions are done, so this is just like, because it's being uploaded to YouTube, I just want to kind of thank my cousin for letting me use her kitchen, because I don't know what I would have done if I had to use my dorm kitchen. It would have been awful. So thank you, Rachel. And for anyone else who is watching this, because this is on my YouTube channel, I want to let you guys know that this is a class project. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make the mac and cheese I make for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, I literally genuinely make this a lot. It's my favorite recipe. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget that I love you.